The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud.
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
Sunny H's announcement about possibly leaving America has ignited a firestorm across social media and beyond, stirring intense debates and fueling widespread speculation. Is this the closing chapter of her controversial journey on The View? Or is there more to uncover? Brace yourself. This story is far from straightforward.
According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries.
Fans and critics alike were left in shock when Sunny H dropped a bombshell during a discussion on America's current socio-political climate. Known for her sharp wit and unfiltered commentary, she has been at the center of controversy for years. But this latest revelation has taken things to a whole new level. Her statement about feeling trapped in what she described as a racist America didn't just spark debate, it set off a firestorm. While some applauded her honesty, others fired back, accusing her of hypocrisy, pointing to her high-profile career and multi-million-dollar salary. The backlash was swift and intense, flooding the internet with speculation. Is Sunny truly planning to leave, or is this just another dramatic statement meant to stir the pot?
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is and its racial past and all this stuff.
The announcement didn't come as a complete surprise to those familiar with Sunny H's career. She has long been outspoken about systemic issues in America, often sharing her experiences as a woman of color in a country she believes doesn't work for everyone. She even defended former comedian Rosie O'Donnell's decision to move to Ireland, praising her for prioritizing her family's well-being. However, Sunny's potential decision to follow suit struck a nerve. Critics were quick to highlight the privilege that allows her to make such a move, a luxury most Americans don't have. Her remark that most of us are stuck here left many rolling their eyes, particularly given her lucrative position on The View and a lifestyle far removed from the everyday struggles of ordinary citizens.
She is self-appointed. She knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her.
The timing of Sunny H's announcement couldn't be more dramatic. She has been at the center of one controversy after another, making her one of the most talked-about figures in daytime television, whether intentionally or not. Her on-air clashes with co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin have become must-watch TV for fans of The View, often sparking viral debates on social media. The two have repeatedly butted heads, with Griffin accusing Sunny of interrupting and dominating conversations, while Sunny has responded with sharp and, at times, not-so-subtle jabs. One of their most heated exchanges erupted during a debate on immigration policies. As Sunny attempted to make her point about Trump's focus on the southern border, Griffin repeatedly cut in, prompting Sunny to exclaim, "Can I finish talking?" The moment went viral, dividing fans. Some accused Griffin of being disrespectful, while others saw Sunny as overly dramatic. Regardless, their ongoing tension has only added to Sunny's already polarizing reputation.
I think he's doing something a little bit more diabolical, if I'm being honest. Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, on January 23rd, just 3 days after Trump was inaugurated, already proposed amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a third term.
And then there's Sunny H's infamous remark about uneducated white women, a statement that sparked intense backlash. Never one to shy away from saying exactly what's on her mind, or at least how she perceives it. She made the controversial claim during a discussion about Trump's unexpected support among certain demographics. She bluntly stated that non-college educated white women made up a significant portion of his voter base. Although she later attempted to clarify her remarks, the damage was already done. Social media erupted, with many accusing her of being condescending and out of touch. Critics argued that her words were not only offensive, but also counterproductive, further alienating potential allies at a time when unity is needed more than ever. Yet, as always, Sunny stood her ground, insisting that the statistics supported her claim. The controversy only reinforced her status as a divisive figure, admired by some for her candor, while others saw her as an elitist disconnected from everyday Americans.
I think he doesn't want he's not going to say that J.D. Vance is a successor because he thinks he's his own successor.
But doesn't that mean that Obama can run also?
Well, you would think so because Part of the resolution says no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times.
Despite the backlash, Sunny H has no shortage of supporters, including The View's producers. Insiders have reportedly praised her for keeping the show in the headlines, recognizing that controversy drives ratings. Sunny is voicing the views of so many people in the US right now, one source revealed, adding that her unapologetic stance on hot-button issues keeps viewers engaged. It's no secret that The View thrives on drama, and Sunny has consistently delivered. Whether she's sparring with co-hosts, making bold statements, or doubling down in the face of criticism, she knows how to keep people talking. And talk they do, whether on social media, in comment sections, or around office water coolers, Sunny remains a constant topic of conversation. But is all publicity really good publicity? That remains to be seen. While her polarizing presence has undoubtedly made her a household name, it has also made her a frequent target. Critics often accuse her of hypocrisy, pointing out the privilege she enjoys while claiming to speak for marginalized communities. Those accusations reached new heights when news broke about her husband's legal troubles. Dr. Emmanuel H., an orthopedic surgeon, has been named in a sweeping federal lawsuit, accused of participating in fraudulent billing practices. While Sunny has vehemently denied any wrongdoing on his part, the allegations have cast a shadow over her public image. Some skeptics have even speculated that her announcement about leaving America could be an attempt to shift attention away from the scandal. Though there's no evidence to support this theory, still, in the world of celebrity gossip, perception often outweighs reality, and the optics of the situation are undeniably messy.
Which, by the way, how annoying is The View getting? God, they're insufferable, that lot, aren't they? It's just a side effect.
Sunny's defenders argue that much of the criticism she faces is rooted in sexism and racism, with detractors holding her to a higher standard than her male or white counterparts. They highlight her years of experience as a federal prosecutor and legal analyst, as well as her unwavering commitment to social justice, as proof that she is more than qualified to speak on the issues she's passionate about. Supporters also note that she isn't afraid to call out her own party when necessary, demonstrating that her loyalty lies with her principles rather than any specific political agenda. However, even her most devoted fans can't deny that Sunny has a knack for stirring the pot. Her willingness to embrace controversy has made her both a star and a scapegoat. So, what's the real story behind Sunny H's announcement? Is she genuinely disillusioned with America's flaws, or is this part of a larger strategy to stay in the spotlight? And how do her recent controversies, both personal and professional, factor into her decision? One thing is for certain, Sunny knows how to keep people guessing. Whether you love her or hate her, she remains impossible to ignore. And that may be exactly how she wants it. As fans and critics dissect her every word, one question looms large. Is this the beginning of the end for Sunny on The View, or just another chapter in her ever-evolving story? The answer may lie in the controversies that have come to define her career, and in the secrets yet to be revealed. Because for Sunny H, the drama never truly ends. It just evolves. And as the rumors swirl, another theory emerges. Could there be a deeper reason behind her sudden announcement to leave America? Some believe so, and the speculation is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Let's dive into the tangled web of legal drama, swirling rumors, and the shadow cast by Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel H. Because, let's be honest, this situation might just be the plot twist no one saw coming.
And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history.
For those unfamiliar with the situation, Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel H., is a well-known orthopedic surgeon based in New York. On the surface, he appears to be a respected medical professional who has built a career helping others. However, recent allegations have painted a very different picture. Dr. H has been named in a massive federal lawsuit, along with more than 180 other defendants, accused of engaging in insurance fraud. That's right. The lawsuit, filed under a law typically used for cases involving organized wrongdoing, claims that Dr. H knowingly overbilled insurance companies and even performed unnecessary surgeries in exchange for financial kickbacks, which were allegedly disguised as investments or dividends. These are serious accusations, and they have placed the H household under intense scrutiny for all the wrong reasons.
Some nefarious stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failure.
Sunny has been quick to defend her husband, publicly dismissing the lawsuit as completely baseless. She has even accused the insurance company behind it of using her celebrity status to smear her family. In a fiery statement, she declared, "Our family will not be intimidated and harassed. We remain owed." Strong words. But they haven't stopped people from speculating. After all, this isn't just a minor claim, it's a RICO case, a type of lawsuit typically reserved for organized crime and large-scale fraud. These cases don't just appear out of nowhere. The lawsuit is reportedly tied to American Transit, an insurance provider specializing in rideshare and taxi services. The company alleges that Dr. H and others exploited New York's no-fault insurance laws, which require insurance providers to cover medical costs regardless of who was at fault in an accident. The claim suggests that some of these surgeries were unnecessary and performed solely to cash in on hefty insurance payouts. That's a serious accusation, one that could have major consequences.
Now, he's just accused, and this accused in a lawsuit after some time of investigation could ultimately become a federal indictment.
Here's where things get even murkier. Rumors have begun circulating that Sunny herself may have known more about this than she's letting on. While there's no concrete evidence linking her directly to the alleged scheme, the whispers alone have fueled intense speculation. Some believe that Sunny's connections and influence could have played a role in helping her husband navigate these legal troubles. Others argue that she may have benefited financially, whether knowingly or unknowingly, from the situation. Could her high-profile career and luxurious lifestyle have been partially funded by these alleged fraudulent activities? It's a question that's impossible to ignore, especially given the scale of the accusations.
Essentially saying that it's a money grab, and they're also going to countersue for millions of dollars, $5 million plus.
And let's not forget, Sunny is no stranger to legal matters. As a former federal prosecutor, she spent years dissecting cases just like this one. So the fact that similar allegations are now knocking on her own front door is an ironic twist that hasn't gone unnoticed. Critics have been quick to question whether her legal expertise gave her an inside track on how to navigate or even avoid such legal troubles. Again, there's no proof of this, but in the court of public opinion, rumors often speak louder than facts. And right now, the noise is deafening.
But it does not look well when your name ends up with 200 people in a RICO investigation. This is the biggest investigation since Giuliani shook the tree and a bunch of mobsters fell out, right? This is big stuff. And so, and thank you for bringing that video. It sure is ironic that she's up there. So, but
adding more fuel to the fire is the timing of her announcement to potentially leave the country. Could it be a mere coincidence? Or is this her way of distancing herself from the storm brewing back home? Some fans believe it's a strategic move to avoid the fallout from her husband's legal troubles. After all, relocating overseas could provide a convenient escape from the relentless scrutiny she's been under. But others see it as a last-ditch effort to preserve her reputation, especially if the case against her husband escalates. Whatever the motive, one thing is clear. Sunny's announcement has only added to the intrigue surrounding this already complex and controversial story.
if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is. But I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that Sunny's critics have latched onto this narrative with gusto. For them, this is the ultimate gotcha moment, a chance to call out what they see as hypocrisy. They argue that Sunny, who often talks about accountability and justice on The View, should practice what she preaches. If there's any truth to the allegations against her husband, they believe she has some serious explaining to do. And even if she's completely innocent, the optics of the situation aren't doing her any favors. From the outside looking in, it's a mess. And it's one that's threatening to overshadow her career.
A totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips. I know you.
It's like
twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay.
But as all this unfolds, Sunny appears unshaken. Or at least, that's the image she's projecting. She's continued to show up on The View, delivering her trademark fiery commentary on everything from politics to pop culture. Some see this as a sign of strength, proof that she won't let the allegations against her husband define her. Others, however, see it as a calculated move, a way to divert attention away from the drama. Either way, it's clear that Sunny is playing a high-stakes game, and the outcome is far from certain. What makes this situation even more fascinating is the impact it's having on her public image. For years, Sunny has built a brand as a truth teller, someone who's not afraid to call out injustice wherever she sees it. But now, with her husband under fire and questions swirling about her own potential involvement, that image is taking a hit. Supporters argue that she's being unfairly targeted, that this is yet another example of a strong woman of color being torn down for daring to speak her mind. Detractors, however, see this as a moment of reckoning, a chance to expose what they believe to be a double standard. And then there's the question of what happens next. If the case against Dr. Hostin moves forward, it could have serious implications for Sunny's career. While she's not directly named in the lawsuit, the association alone could be damaging, especially in a world where public perception often carries more weight than actual facts. Could this be the beginning of the end for Sunny on The View? Or will she find a way to rise above the controversy and reclaim her narrative? Only time will tell.
I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
As the legal battle unfolds, one thing is certain. This story is far from over. The combination of Sunny's polarizing persona, her husband's legal woes, and the rumors of her potential involvement has created a perfect storm of intrigue. Whether you believe she's a victim of circumstance or a willing participant in a larger scheme, there's no denying that Sunny Hostin's life is anything but ordinary. And as the court of public opinion continues to deliberate, the question remains, will Sunny be able to weather this storm, or is this just the beginning of a much larger unraveling?
Let me say someplace that could really use a lot of cutting. Elon has very many, what do you call it?
Government contracts?
Yeah. I think, because I don't remember, maybe y'all heard it, but I don't remember looking for an armored car. And I don't remember, I don't.
For now, all we can do is watch and wait. Because if there's one thing Sunny Hostin has proven, it's that she knows how to keep people talking. Whether it's her fiery debates on The View, her bold statements about America, or the swirling drama surrounding her personal life. She's a master at staying in the spotlight. But as the old saying goes, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. And with so much at stake, the next chapter in Sunny Hostin's story is bound to be one for the ages. So, what do you think? Is Sunny's announcement to leave the U.S. simply a coincidence, or is there more to the story? And how do you think this legal drama will play out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.